Hello everyone, I'm Keely and this is Voice of a Creative. I'm continuing my Sew With Me catch-up videos. So I've not filmed for a couple of days. I've had quite a bad cold and I've still got it a little bit about me now, but I just couldn't stand to film because I kept sneezing and coughing every 2 seconds. But I am feeling a lot better now. So I managed to finish my 5 self-drafted jersey dresses. I will pop in a picture so you can see. I will eventually have some time to take pictures of these, but probably during the next week or so. So today I have been working on filming some videos for school. So I've done 2 tutorial videos, one drawing a fish and one drawing a skull, and they will go up on my art teacher YouTube channel, which I will link below, but it's the Art of Teaching Art. And those are videos specifically for projects for my students, but there might be some interesting skills, especially if you're with children at home. There might be some things that they might want to have a look at and learn from there. So I've got a little bit of time now before tea and I'm just having a think of what I'm going to sew. So I think I'm going to change the thread on my overlocker to white thread, and then I've got 2 projects I can complete with that white thread. So I'm going to do my Bertha cardigan and also my Frankie tee. So I'm going to start that now and I'll come back to you after I've done a little bit of sewing. Hello again. So I look really lit up, but it's the light from my sewing machine. So I've done a little bit of sewing and stage I've got to, but I'm gonna have to stop now because I've got to go and eat my tea. I've got the neckband and I've got the whole of the Frankie tee together. I've just got to fold over and hem the sleeves and then the actual hem and then just pop on the neckband. So that's come together really quickly. And then for the Bertha cardigan, I've got most of the pieces together. So I just need to sew down the side seams and then add on the bottom band and then the neckband as well. So I've got quite a lot done in a fairly short amount of time. I think it's been just over 40 minutes, 50 minutes. So that's really good. I'm pleased with that. So that's probably it for tonight because my friends have arranged a kind of conference pub quiz type thing. I will check in again in the morning to catch up with you again. So it's Sunday. I have just finished filming my fabric haul video. So all of these fabrics in this pile over here, a bit of clearing up for me to do. And I'm just about to get set up on Zoom so we can have a sewing chat with some other people from the Mazzy blogger team, which is going to be really fun. I'm going to be working on my Bertha cardigan, which I started yesterday, and my Frankie tee as well. Just easy makes that I can get on with. Luckily, I've got to a stage where I can do some pinning because I don't think it works great for us to all be actually sewing because the noise of the machines will just drown everybody out. But I'm going to head and do that in a minute. And then I'm going to spend a little bit of time editing and doing some schoolwork this afternoon. So I probably won't come back to you today, but hopefully I will check in with you tomorrow. Hello everyone. So it is Monday afternoon. I had a really not productive morning, but I managed to get to do some sewing this afternoon. So I finished my Bertha cardigan, which I will insert a picture, not on me, just on the mannequin. And so that's really good, I'm pleased with that. But I came into a bit of a sticking point with the other 2 things I was going to work on because I don't have the correct colour thread. And obviously in the current situation, you can't just run out and get thread. So I kind of stuck. Now I had thought, oh, I'll use just a different colour. I have put a poll up on Instagram, but I know I need to use the correct colour because otherwise I will regret it. So I've got this one. This is a Frankie tee. And it's all made apart from I need to stitch round the neckband and then just hem the sleeves. And I've put this to the side because I don't have a light green thread. I have white, but I think it will stand out against it. So I kind of need to now get the correct colour thread. The other one is this one. Now this isn't kind of made at all. This is the Tabitha t-shirt by Tilly and the Buttons, but I don't have a thread that matches this green. And I was hoping to put a reel of the thread in the kind of first thread of the overlocker so it shows through and then use dark green for the rest. So it means I can't do that So I'm a bit stuck really. I can't carry on with that one or this one. So until I get thread, I actually can't continue with those two. So I'm going to move on to another project. So I, a while ago, cut out a York Pinafore with a slight A-line, and I haven't added any pockets. It's just going to be a pinafore without pockets, and I'm going to sew that together now. I have got some lovely patterned bias bindings to do that, but I think it should be fairly quick. So I'm going to go and get started on that. Hello everyone. So it is Tuesday. So I've spent quite a bit of the day doing some schoolwork, getting some things sorted, and having a Skype call with my line manager as well, which is just a strange thing to do because I've never had to work like that before. And I'm just getting on to doing some sewing. So I've managed to work on a few works in progress. This was a cropped Blackwood cardigan that I'd taken apart so that I could overlock it back together again. So I've done that. I've just got some thread to just do some top stitching around the neckband. So that one's done. And now I'm just working on my green cord York Pinafore, which is in the machine at the moment, so I can't show you, but I will come back and show you when it's done. So I'm just doing the bias binding bit, I've ironed it, and I'm just sewing that down, and then I've just got to hem it. So it's a really quick make to finish off. Then I'll have a think about the other things that I'm going to sew. So I've just finished my York Pinafore. It's on the mannequin just there with my Bertha cardigan as well. So I actually used bias binding to finish all the edges, and I even did the hem with the bias binding as well to make it nice and neat. I also find with cord that it like rubs on your tights and then wrinkles up, so I think the bias binding will stop that from happening. I also included a label in that one as well. So 2 new makes on the mannequin there, which are done. And also that pinafore was a work in progress, so that means I'm tackling those as well, which is really good. It's 8:20 now, so I am going to clear up in here and then head downstairs and do something else for a bit. I think I've done quite a bit of sewing the last couple of days, which I'm really pleased with. So I will check in again tomorrow. Hello everyone. So it is Wednesday and it's kind of late afternoon, so I've just finished doing work and doing other bits and pieces, and now I'm going to do some sewing. So I'm wearing my York Pinafore that I finished yesterday, so I will just stand up and show you. I've got it on with a non-matching cardigan because it's quite chilly, but let me just take this off and I'll show you. So this is my York Pinafore, so I feel like it fits quite nicely. I did add some extra to the shoulders, but then I had to take some off, so maybe I didn't add any. But I think it scoops down and round at the right place at the waist, and I love the kind of A-line shape. I will add in a picture, so I managed to actually go outside and take some pictures. But I put this on to go out to the shops, and I've kept it on, and actually I feel a lot more in a kind of work mode. So I'm gonna have to think about maybe putting on a dress with tights and sitting in here as if I'm kind of at work, because it's actually helped my productivity some since I got dressed. So I'm going to think about kind of doing that. So I might actually get to wear some of my new self-drafted dresses after all. So I've had a look through my work in progress projects, and I do want to do a big cutting out session again to get some projects cut out, because then I've got things I can just pick up. I'm wondering about doing a t-shirt week type thing. So Tomcat Stitchery at the moment is filming a t-shirt week, and I'm really interested in doing that actually, because I've got quite a lot of jerseys that I could do with going through, but also I feel like I'm wearing t-shirts a lot at the moment. So this one I dug up out of the back of my drawer, but I'm actually going through my t-shirts because that's what I'm wearing. I'm wearing kind of lounge pants or joggers with a t-shirt and a cardigan. So I think I want to have a bit of time where I'm going to make a few more cardigans and a few more t-shirts, because I think that would actually be really beneficial for now. And then I'm going to make a start on some woven makes as well. I've got quite a few things in the box. I've got my bobby pinafore, but I'm going to set that up as a project to do maybe tomorrow or Friday, so that I can kind of work with you alongside me. but I thought I'd get started on this now. So I've had this cut out for a little while. This is the Donovan Skirt by Helens Closet. Now my other two I wear a lot, and this is absolutely beautiful fabric. So this is from Lamazi Fabrics. It's a viscose twill, and I've got everything cut out, so I'm going to just go ahead and sew it, and hopefully I'll be able to film kind of while I do so that I can speak to you about it. I'm ready to get started, so I've got all my pieces here. So I really do love this skirt pattern. I think it's really relaxed, it's really easy to make, and you can get it out of 1.7 meters. That's for the midi version, I think. So if you wanted to make it out of less, I bet you could get away with making it out of less. So I'm just starting by pinning the pockets. So the pockets for this are actually French seamed at the bottom, which is a really lovely detail. Just finishes off that edge really nicely. I think my pockets have stretched out a bit already. Oh well. Okay, all pinned. Another thing to mention is Helens Closet have got 30% off patterns at the moment. So if you did want to go ahead and get the Donovan skirt, you would get it at a huge discount now. I absolutely love Helens Closet patterns. Blackwood Cardigan, York Pinafore, making a Donovan skirt, and I have made the Ashton top dress hack that I made, but I am going to make some more Ashton tops. That would actually be a really easy thing to get cut out. I might do that. So really great discount at the moment, and I really do stand by her patterns. Great simple designs with really lovely features. They fit me really well, and they've got really inclusive sizing, so they do have a really large size range as well. So I'm going to go ahead and sew these first of all. So I now need to understitch. I have got to press first, so I'm going to turn the iron on and do that. Oh, I just look like a shadow because I'm in the window. I don't normally have the ironing board up here, but I bought it up here yesterday because I was trying to do my York Pinafore, and I've just kept it up here because it's easier if I am doing a little bit more sewing, and especially if I'm sewing woven fabrics as well. So the next steps are to understitch the pocket and then put the pocket together. So I am going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so my pockets are done. So I now need to just match up notches. I will iron it, match up notches, and then baste that together for the next step. And then I'm ready to put the two pieces together. Okay, so I've basted the pockets on. So I've got the pocket. Oh, my arm's in the way. Here we go. Got the pocket. And now I need to finish the side seams before I sew them together. So I will just head over to my overlocker and do that. So I just got really confused because I was trying to work out what is the top and the bottom of the back skirt piece. Apparently I haven't put the notches in, which is really helpful past me. So that was quite confusing. So I've just had a look at the pattern on the fabric to work out. So that's done now. So I finished the edges on the overlocker, and now I need to stitch the two sides of the skirt together. So I am going to go ahead and do that. I've done the side seams, I just need to go and press those. And next it says to do the hem, but I'm actually gonna leave that a little bit because what I'm gonna do is do the waistband and everything and then leave it overnight and then hem it tomorrow, because then if it needs to drop a little bit, which it might do, then it can do that. Next thing to do is the waistband. I'm not gonna add a waist tie. I find they get in the way quite a lot, so I need to stitch the waistband together. So I'm going to do that and then I can press both. Oh yeah, so it says to attach the waistband and then finish it, so I will do that. So I've got my waistband here. Now this is cut a little bit thinner than the actual waistband piece because I found on the first skirt I made the waistband's a little bit too wide. The gap at my waist isn't very big, so skirts always ride up if the waistband's too big, or it just folds over. So I've cut this a little bit smaller. So I'm just going to go ahead and pin this on. Need to actually remember to put the join at the back. On my Tencel one, I forgot to put the join at the back, and it basically meant that now it's got the join at the front, which is fine because I couldn't unpick it because it's Tencel. and it would probably damage it. So I'm just marking the front, centre front and centre back. There may well be notches there, but I didn't put them on, so that was really helpful of myself. So then I can join up the back bit of the waistband and then work all the way round. So I'm going to fold it in half to just find the centre and then just fit the rest round, so it should fit perfectly. Because this has an elasticated waist, which I actually really like because it makes it really comfortable. So I'm just going to pin that round. You can see this skirt's coming together fairly quickly, and I think I have to keep reminding myself of the instructions, but once you've made a few of these, you can probably just blitz through them. So I do have a couple more planned because they're so easy. I do want to make some other skirt patterns that are a little fuller, but you know, sometimes when you get a pattern that's so easy to make and you like it each time, it's kind of one of those things that becomes a kind of tried and true pattern. I am quite interested actually in the Saphia trousers in the new Tilly and the Buttons book, because they're elasticated at the waist as well, but you've got a flat front. So I am hoping to make some of those. I need to have a look in my stash and see if I've got a fabric that's suitable and enough of that fabric, because I don't tend to buy massive pieces of fabric, so it makes it a bit awkward because I've only got like 1.5 meters of some fabrics if I then need like 2 meters or something like that. Like this one, I had quite a bit left, so I'm hoping that I will have enough for an Ashton top, so then I can have like a false dress, which would be quite cool. That's all pinned, so I need to sew round first of all, and then I will finish the edge. Now on to the elastic. So my waistband is slightly smaller now, so I will need smaller elastic. I need kind of like 3/4 inch elastic or 2 centimeter elastic. So I'm gonna just have a look and see if I've got that. Hopefully I do. I've got inch wide elastic, which I do, it might fit, might be quite tight. I might go for that though. Or I've got this thin white elastic, but that might be too small because that's only 1.5 centimeters. So I am going to try with the inch wide elastic first. So I'm just going to pop that around my waist to measure it. That's normal. I want it a little stretched. This is really good elastic actually. I don't know where I got it from, but it's a nice soft elastic. So around my waist with an overlap, now I have this weird sized piece left. And then I will just use a large safety pin to put that round. So finding my gap in the back and then putting that round. So it's just like if you make kind of a jersey pair of jogging trousers, like I make the Hudson pants, and you leave a gap in the back. I actually really like this way of inserting elastic. I feel like it's easier, and all of those test skirts I did for Greece, I did this as well. Oh, perfect. So it fits like snugly, so that's really good. I think normally this calls for maybe 2 inch elastic. It's a lot wider, but I just prefer the smaller waistband. So after this, you literally sew your elastic together, stitch up the hole, and then I'm gonna leave it to hang overnight. But I will pop it on to just show you where I've got to. It's a really beautiful fabric to work with actually. That's why I like Viscose twill. It's got a little bit more heaviness to it, but it's still really drapey, which is lovely. It is a bit of a struggle to get it in because the it's fitted, but that's good because it means it won't like flip, which sometimes in my Hudson pants the elastic does flip. Okay, so I've got it through to the other side. I just need to make the elastic go all the way through. Now I think it's twisted as it's gone round. Oh, that's really helpful. This is the fiddly bit where you have to try and get the elastic in. It wouldn't be this fiddly, but I've just made the waistband too small for the elastic, and I would rather just use what I've got in my stash at the moment. So what I will do is pin the 2 elastic ends together and then go and try it on to just check that the elastic is right, because what I don't want to happen is like sew it all together, try it on, and then it'd be wrong. I know it means you're trying it on with pins in it, but it's not normally been a problem before when I've done it this way. So just wiggle it about to get it in, spread some of the gathers. Right, so there's my skirt. I'm gonna go and try it on and see if it fits. It's a really good length, really love the length, but I did have to take the elastic in a bit. So I'm going to just adjust that and then stitch that together, and then I can sew up the hole. The top of the skirt is done, I just need to hem it, but I'm gonna hang it on my mannequin and leave it for the night so that I can get it done. But I'll just pop it on to show you. So this is the skirt, almost done. I might just put a few stitches in either side to just keep the elastic the right way round. But really pleased with it. Actually looks quite cute with this abstract top. And then I just need to do the hem. Let me see if I can move back far enough so you can actually see the bottom. There we go. So it's like knee length, which I think is quite nice. It'll be slightly shorter once it's done. I think it looks really lovely. So that's all for this video. I will be editing this and trying to put it up tonight, so you'll be seeing it kind of straight away after I finished. And I will be filming some more clips in the next week to put together another video. But I've got quite a few videos planned just because I've got a little bit more time, and so I hope you really enjoy the things that are coming up. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please press the thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hear more from me. Goodbye!